is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today is going to be my DVD collection for January 22nd, 2013. So I've got 9 new movies to show you, continuing on with my theme of movies that end in the year 3 from my movie marathon that starts next month. So let's get started. So up first I picked up Baton from 1943, one of the great early films made about World War II, and obviously it was made during World War II, starring Robert Walker, Robert Taylor, and Desi Arnaz. Great film about the invasion of Manila in the Philippines by the Japanese and the Americans' sort of last stand before they gave up Manila at the beginning of the war. You've probably heard of the Bataan Death March, and I believe there's a sequel to this film called Return to Bataan, which I have not seen, but I'm looking forward to rewatching this. So up next, don't hate me for this one, I picked up Bulletproof Monk from 2003. This was supposed to be my update last week, sort of the bottom of the barrel for my movies that came out in the year ending in 3. It's not great, but I enjoyed it. I always like Chow Yun-fat, and I like Seann William Scott in this film. It's an okay martial arts movie. Jamie King is in it. She's pretty good. It has some good moments, and yeah, I always like Chow Yun-fat. So, gonna be the first time I've seen it since it came out. Okay, up next, I picked up Destination Tokyo, also from 1943, starring Cary Grant and John Garfield. A great World War II movie about a submarine and its mission to attack the Japanese following the events of Pearl Harbor. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this. Always enjoy Cary Grant in these type of films, so looking forward to rewatching this. Okay, next we have a John Wayne classic. Ian, I'm sure will love this, and my friend Sarah, big John Wayne fan herself. I picked up Hondo, part of the John Wayne collection. Came out in 1953, of course starring John Wayne and Geraldine Page in her first film role. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for this film. She's a woman on a homestead that's being sort of attacked by warring Apache tribes, and Wayne plays a cavalryman who sort of comes to save the day and protect this woman and her son. Yeah, one of John Wayne's great performances. I always sort of laugh when I hear this movie's name, because it's the movie that Al Bundy from Married with Children loved. I remember watching Al Bundy, Married with Children, one of my favorite shows of the late 80s and early 90s, and when he talked about wanting to watch Hondo and how that made him cry, I believe he watched it on like Thanksgiving, something like that. Yeah, I always get a laugh when I hear the name Hondo and that movie. Another Western I picked up from 1963 or 1962, depending on what year you read, and that's How the West Was Won. Epic Western directed by 3 directors, including John Ford, and it has a massive cast, all-star cast. You've got people like, let's see, Carol Baker, Lee J. Cobb, Henry Fonda, Carolyn Jones, Carl Malden, Gregory Peck, John Wayne's in this as well, Jimmy Stewart, Debbie Reynolds, Robert Preston, George Peppard, Eli Wallach, Richard Widmark, and the film's narrated by Spencer Tracy. So just an epic Western, one of the great Westerns made during the 60s. Not a lot of people will talk about it. It's a really good film. Really looking forward to rewatching this. Okay, moving on, something more contemporary, more well-known. I picked up Mrs. Doubtfire from 1993, one of the most tolerable Robin Williams comedies. He plays a sort of struggling actor who gets told by a judge that he can only visit his kids once a week on the outs with his wife Sally Field. So of course he dresses up as a nanny to visit them. I always laughed that Pierce Brosnan is in this film, and it's been a long time since I've seen this, actually, probably since the mid to late 90s. So looking forward to rewatching this. But yeah, I'm not a huge Robin Williams fan, especially his comedy. I prefer him in drama, things like Good Will Hunting, Insomnia, 1 Hour Photo, and lots of other great movies he's done. But yeah, one of his best comedies, Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, moving on. A film that came out in the past decade. I've only seen it once, and that is Monster from 2003. Incredible performance by Charlize Theron as Eileen Wuornos, convicted serial killer, sort of forced into killing men. From what I saw, remembering watching the movie, I mean, she gets attacked and almost raped, and she sort of resorts to violence to protect herself, and it sort of turns into something else. Christina Ricci, very good in this as well. It's not a film I'd want to watch all the time, that's for sure. Like I said, I've only seen it once when it came out. But Charlize totally deserved to win Best Actress that year. She was incredible in this, almost unrecognizable. One of the most beautiful actresses in the world, and completely changed her appearance. But it's just not just the makeup. It's a stunning performance, and she's just brilliant in this film. And yeah, looking forward to watching it this one time 10 years later after it came out. Okay, next we have a couple of old school Universal Cinema classics. And the first one is She Done Him Wrong from 1933, starring Mae West and Cary Grant. Cary Grant makes another appearance. Probably Mae West's most well-known film, most known for her famous line, "Why don't you come up and see me sometime?" Very sort of double entendre, very sexy, sort of a pre-code 1930s film that's a little bit racy. Yeah, I love Cary Grant. One of my favorite sort of classic film stars, so definitely looking forward to watching this. Okay, last but not least, we have another war film, but it's not your typical World War II film, and that's So Proudly We Hail from 1943, starring Claudette Colbert, Paulette Goddard, and Veronica Lake. It's about female nurses during World War II, helping out with Pearl Harbor and attending to injured soldiers, that sort of thing. One of the main untold stories of most war movies is the contribution of women, especially in this country at that time. So yeah, definitely looking forward to rewatching this. Really good film if you get a chance to see it. And you like movies about the war, highly recommend this one. So those are the 9 pickups. Some pretty obscure for most, but yeah, good films, well worth checking out if you get a chance. Let me know if you've seen any of them, of course. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.